servant, I'll remain. The blessings that you gave from the day you saved me. Yes, I'm forever grateful, yeah. Your tender loving mercies that you bestowed upon me. Oh Lord, I give you thanks. Yes, I will worship you alone. Oh Lord, yeah, yeah. Yes, I will worship you. I'll give you all the glory. I'll give you all the honor. I'll give you all. Yes, I will worship you. You alone are worthy. Yes, you alone are worthy. Lord, you alone. Yes, I will worship you. When troubled times come and it seems like it's no way to see a brighter day, Lord, I call on you without a shadow of a doubt. Lord, it's you that pulls me out. Yeah, the blessing that you gave from the day you saved me. Yes, I'm forever grateful, yeah. Your tender loving mercy that you bestowed upon me. Oh Lord, I give you thanks. Yes, I will worship you alone. Oh Lord, yeah, yeah. Yes, I will worship you. I give you all the glory. I give you all the honor. I give you all. Yes, I will worship you. You alone are worthy. Yes, you alone are worthy. Yes, you alone. Yes, I will worship you. You alone are worthy. Yes, you alone are worthy. Worship you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So today is gonna be like a little chit chat video. I figured that we are about 8 to 10 weeks out from my ankle surgery, and I have not given much of an update, and figured I'd do a what to expect, what you probably should get to be prepared for any type of ankle surgery at this point. So that's what this series is, and why I've come to vlogging. So I look like this because it's Saturday. I'm in chill mode. I've had some significant swelling, and I needed to kind of like lay low and elevate my legs. So that's what we're doing right now. And I figured since I'm sitting, let me record this video. So I've got my notes here in my trusty dusty iPad, and we'll get started. So Reasons for starting this series. Quite honestly, before I had no other choice, and my doctor, with of course my approval, was making the decision to do my ankle surgery, which actually I found out after surgery was an Achilles rupture, and something else called hug lugs. I don't know. I can't even say it, and I didn't even write it down. I'll place it somewhere around here, which means that basically there is a repair to the Achilles, which is a tissue that connects like the calf muscle, goes through the heel to the ankle. Somehow during fall, it ruptured. Apparently, it can be very loud, and I must not have heard it. Some people describe it as literally like the sound of a gunshot. And I know what a gunshot sounds like. So I don't recall hearing that, but maybe that's just not my experience. And I'm not really sure where the repair of the bone situation came about, but basically it's like they shave off a portion of your bone within your ankle, your heel. And so that is why my recovery, along with my weight, was probably a bit more challenging for me. But I'm gonna be perfectly honest. You probably need to, now I'm not gonna say probably, you should have a thorough conversation with your doctor surgeon about the type of ankle surgery that you're going to have and what your recovery could possibly look like. For me, I had some of that, but I think some of the conversation was very vague. So I had a impression or perception of recovery in my mind that just did not, that wasn't what it actually would have been. And it was not until after I had surgery and I started going on YouTube and Googling other people's recovery that I come to learn that it's super duper challenging, and it's not just challenging for one set type of patient. So with that being said, I thought that maybe sharing my experience in a series like this could be helpful to someone who's making that decision and help with their recovery process. So the first thing that I suggest is that you prep your home. If you're in wherever you are, whether it's a private home, an apartment, you should decide where you're going to basically be in your home for at least the first 4 to 6 weeks, because you are probably going to be non-bearing and not ambulating, or using some type of walking apparatus, which is usually upon discharge crutches. So keep that in mind if you are in a unit or dwelling or a living space that has stairs. I recommend that even things like preparing your kitchen, so that if, say, you have dishes in your cabinetry that is higher up, your plates are lower, your cups are lower, your glasses are lower. Quite honestly, I would probably recommend paper plates. That's just not something I do, but I probably should have for the first 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, keeping things in your freezer and your refrigerator lower. stocking up on the items that you like to eat, some things that are quicker to prepare, or making some type of meal plan, because you're not going to be able to prepare food for yourself just yet. Um, I recommend you asking someone to be there of assistance so that um, meals can be so part of your preparation, and I'm saying get help, is if you have pets, you're going to need help. Because naturally, you're not going to be able to walk them or go and tend to them as I just uh, had to do. So, anyway, um, so seeking help is one of the things you're going to need. And that may be anything from helping you prepare meals to going to the market for you to going to get just household essentials, possibly bathing. It depends on how long you don't want to bathe for. So, yeah, definitely getting help. Next up, the hospital or the surgery center will probably discharge you with crutches. I think I said this. Um, but once you have some sort of mobility clearance, and that's not even like weight bearing, um, like once you have your 2 week appointment or so, and sometimes people's stitches are taken out, and so typically the first 2 weeks you're advised to really do nothing, bed rest, keep your leg elevated, and that actually helps with the healing and reduction of swelling. So, but pretty much after that, between the 2 and 3 week period, you may want to start getting around. If you haven't mastered the crutches, which in my case I did not, um, you may want to get a knee scooter or request for one to be approved through your said insurance. So if that is the case, that's guaranteed to be approved. Not all insurances approve knee scooters, or you could purchase one. I did gain approval for a knee scooter, but for some reason um, it went through very slow, and I was overwhelmed with just general mobility around my house, even just to the bathroom. I mean, so a knee scooter really came in a clutch, and my recommendation, I think, is something a little bit under $100, under $150 actually, and it was actually a lot more comfortable and easier to use than the one that I was approved for, medically approved for. So, in essence, I have two, and one I was keeping in my car, and the other one I was keeping in the house. And the one I keep in the car, let's see, by week 2, um, I needed to start preparing for bathing. So that is something that was a challenge for me. And that was a bit of a challenge because you're not weight bearing the first 2 weeks. You have on a cast, and it was pretty difficult for me to get around. So some of the things I recommend you do to get prepared for that is, one, you may need someone to assist you. Two, you'll need a bathing shower bench or chair. I had gotten a not a bench, but it's like a stool. And I made sure that I checked for the weight requirements because I know that I'm a little plus size, and definitely did not want mine collapsing from underneath me. So be aware of that. And they're out there, but I'm definitely in the description box. My uh, recommendation will be listed, and it's pretty affordable. You're gonna want a shower loafer or your washcloth. Needs to be available in your bath setting. A basket to bring all of your shower essentials with you, because you're probably not, being if you're on a bench, you're not going to be able to reach it where you normally keep it. So the easiest place to be able to reach it is in a basket right there. Pick up all your shower essentials. So I recommend that. A back brush so that you can reach your back to wash that. Somebody wants to get up with me. Come on. For ladies, you may want to get you some feminine uh, and essential soap. I got that to start off with because I kind of had to do a bird bath until I was able to move into the shower space. So that helps freshen you up. Make sure you have a really good moisturizer because your skin, or at least my skin, started to dry out. Um, Pretty much for the most part because I wasn't doing the same type of shower regimen that I was previously doing. So um, the bath products that I use, they're replenishing the moisture into my skin. And unfortunately, because I did not have the same type of regimen, naturally I'm losing the moisture. So a great moisturizer. You definitely want a cast protector because you cannot get your cast wet. You can't do it. If not, then if it does get wet, you're going to have to contact your doctor, surgeon, and more than likely they're going to have to replace it. So make sure you get yourself a cast protector. And mine was pretty inexpensive. I probably should have gotten the one that I initially was going to get because the one that I ordered, for some reason, there was leakage getting into it. But initially, when I first put it on, I used both of them in the pack. So that's how I avoided my cast getting wet. And I just kept using that one over and over again. We'll put them together. When you're done, you take it off, you let it dry, and it's good for the next bath. So get yourself a cast protector. And one of the other things that we still have in our bathroom, which I absolutely love, and I'm so glad that I purchased, was a stoned shower mat. And it is like one of the best purchases that and discoveries out of this whole thing, besides the knee scooter. It's basically made of this material that, have you ever gone like to a spa and you step on their floors or a mat and it automatically dries up? Get you one of those. And mine will definitely be in the description bar. What else? So, you're going to be bed rest for at least the first 2 to 4 weeks, which means bed rest. You need to have much of your items at your bedside. And that's your medicine, your essentials. Um, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. You're gonna be bored. You're probably gonna be bored. So I recommend, and what helped me out. I mean, I didn't need to see a video for this, but I'm just such an organization freak that I already figured this would help me out. A small organizer container for your meds. So that had my aspirin, my antibiotics, my pain meds, my anti-inflammatory, my vitamins, and I also had a thermometer in there just in case, because you're making sure that you're not peaking any type of fever. You're watching to make sure that the area where you've had your incision is not infected, that you're watching, make sure that your body is not possibly having developed any blood clots. So I had all of these items at my bedside in a small organizer bin. And book, your iPad. I also recommend you prepping like a stream of shows that you might want to watch, or some podcasts that you want to listen to, um, journaling, activities that would keep your mind off of just basically being bed rest. And yeah, that was pretty helpful. Wish someone had said that to me at a time, before I discovered within the first week or so, first week and a half. I would say my surgery was on a Wednesday. By that Sunday, I lost it mentally. I was like, I cannot do this, but you don't have no choice but to. The other thing that you should make sure that you get is a leg wedge, or be prepared to have something in your home that you can elevate your leg above your heart. We already had a leg wedge at home in my bedroom, so that was really helpful. And then what I added to it was a couple of blankets to really get my elevation over my heart, because it's recommended that you should have elevation above the heart. So, and I think I've already said this, you want to make sure that you have a plan to help you from going completely bonkers and insane and being bored. So, I mean, because you're literally not doing anything for 4 to 6 weeks. So whatever that looks like for you, times two, that makes it more enjoyable. Um, Book. This is the prime time to finish that book that you have not been able to get to. Maybe download electronically. I think some months ago I had renewed my library card, so it allowed me to download books onto my iPad or my iPhone. I have so many books that I have not gotten to, so did that. Um, Discovered new shows and movies on Netflix, YouTube. That's why I started this series, because I was on YouTube like every day looking for other people's stories and experiences with ankle surgery and Achilles surgery. Um, so, yeah, I mean, I probably could have done this a little bit longer, but from off my experience right now, what I jotted down is what I thought would be as helpful as could be for anyone else who came across my channel. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And if you like what I've had to share, please, I'd be humbled if you hit that like button. Definitely feel free to drop your comments, feedback below. If you do decide to shop any of the items that I recommended, they are part of the Amazon affiliate program that I'm with. So I do get credit for your purchase. So I do need to let you know that, and I truly appreciate it ahead of time. And if you like what I have to share and continue to share, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can come back when I do post again. Until then, toodles.